What's happening, family? I don't care what the powers that be are saying and doing. February is still Black History Month. And if you're keeping score, this is episode 2. Today, I want to talk about the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, more commonly known as the Black Panther Party. Founded by college students Bobby Seale and Huey P. Newton in the fall of 1966, the party was active in the United States between 1966 and 1982 and had chapters in 48 states in North America and support groups in Japan, China, France, England, Germany, Sweden, Mozambique, South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Uruguay. It's said at its peak, it was approximately 2,000 strong. I used to teach a public speaking class at a community college, and I asked the class if they knew who the Panthers were. The majority either didn't know or were afraid to answer. One brave student replied, "Ain't that a gang?" I replied, "No, they're not a gang. However, what they are is a revolutionary organization." It was created out of the necessity of brothers and sisters who were being beaten, killed, and totally disrespected by law enforcement. Initially, they would patrol black neighborhoods to protect residents from police. Its founders instituted a 10-point program as a set of guidelines that state their ideas and way of operation. I'm not going to read all of them, but here are a few of them. 1, we want freedom. We want power to determine the destiny of our black and oppressed communities. 2, we want full employment for our people. 3, we want an end to the robbery by the capitalists of our black and oppressed communities. 4, we want decent housing fit for the shelter of human beings. 5, we want education for our people that exposes the true nature of this decadent American society. We want education that teaches us our true history and our role in the present-day society. The party would participate in open carry patrols, cop watching, that were designed to challenge the excessive force and misconduct of the Oakland Police Department. In May of 1967, the Black Panthers entered the state capitol building armed with guns in protest. They entered the Capitol in their trademark berets and leather jackets, carrying handguns and shotguns through the halls of the Capitol. The protest was aimed at the state gun control legislation seeking to prevent the Black Panthers from policing the police. Open carry guns were not against the law then, but after this protest, that changed quickly. However, the Capitol protest put the Black Panther movement on the map. The incident went worldwide with images of black men standing up for themselves who were determined not to take it anymore. Realizing that young minds couldn't learn when they were hungry, the Panthers consulted a nutritionist and started a breakfast program that fed thousands of children on a daily basis. For some of those kids, it was the first time they had ever eaten breakfast. The night before the first breakfast program in Chicago was supposed to open, the Chicago police broke into the church and mashed up all the food and urinated on it. This is the kind of foolishness that the Panthers had to contend with. The Black Panther Party advocated for social reforms. They held voter registration drives. They organized free food programs, opened free health clinics in a dozen cities, serving thousands who could not afford health care. They campaigned for prison reform and created freedom schools in 9 cities. But in 1969, J. Edgar Hoover, the director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, said the Black Panther Party was the greatest threat to the internal security of the country and directed the FBI to sabotage the party with an illegal and covert counterintelligence program called COINTELPRO, and used surveillance, infiltration, perjury, and police harassment in an attempt to undermine and criminalize the party. This was the start of the downfall of the party. I first encountered the Black Panthers in the summer of 1968. It was a hot summer temperature-wise, as well as culturally, politically, and racially. Martin Luther King Jr. had been assassinated. RFK was assassinated. James Brown had just released "Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud." The country was on fire. I met some brothers in the Panthers outside the Peabody Museum in New Haven, Connecticut. They asked me where I was from, what I was doing, what my grades looked like, what did I want to do when I grew older. They didn't talk to me like I was a kid, but a younger brother, and they implored me to get good grades and to go to college and to help our people. After that encounter, I wanted to be a part of the party and was so disappointed as I watched the decline. The Black Panthers' campaign for African American equality had a lasting impact on Black empowerment, and its influence continues to be felt in current social movements and has inspired other minority groups worldwide. It's crazy how so many of the things they fought so hard for back then are the very things folks are trying to strip away today. Truly goes to show you the work is never finished. Thank you all for joining me as we continue to celebrate Black History Month. Were you privy to all the things that the Black Panther Party did for the community? Did you ever have any encounters with members of the party? Let me know in the comments. And while you're there, make sure you share and subscribe. And like. Y'all be blessed.